Hi, I'm Charlie.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And this is
Cocktail Party.
Okay, so we're going to read the mailbag today. Dear Charlie and Cindy, I'm getting a lot of bait and switch picture gals. Their online dating photo says hell yeah, but in person it's more like hell no. Having these fraudsters waste my time is one thing, paying for it is another. How can I get better results?
You might have who you are in your mind, but you really need to take a firm look at yourself and say, I'm going to put out what's really me, and not put out a picture from your best day ever in the past 2 years, from 5 years ago, from 10 years ago, or that body you had when you were 25.
Right.
Airbrushed onto today's face.
Right.
You need to be honest about it. Putting an expectation that you can't live up to.
Right. So here's what I would say. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, because I've heard of the accusation made about both, that there's a lot of misleading photos. I personally have experienced this myself. And I think what you want to do is, first of all, you have to be self-aware and honest about yourself and how you look now versus how you look in your pictures. Are you a person who's generally looks like your pictures? Because not everyone really does. So take a hard look at them and say, if I walk through the door of that restaurant or that coffee shop, based on these photos, would the person say, oh yeah, there she is, or there he is? Would they say, oh yeah, wow, they look better than their pictures? Or would they say, oh my God, who is that person? Lying through your pictures, it catches up to you the minute you make contact with the person in real life. So there's no point to it.
It's a little tough out there, especially as we were getting a little bit older. There's bad hair days, the sleepless nights, and you don't always look on top of your game. But the profile picture is supposed to take that into consideration to some extent. You don't have to be the 10, but maybe you should be your own 7 or 8.
I hate that scale, but everyone knows what I mean. If you're an 8, the picture should show an 8. Maybe an 8.5, but not a 10, because you're not going to live up to the 10. You might have a 10 day on one picture. We all do, I suppose. And but that one, you might include it in there, but you might want to include a few others that maybe bring that down a notch. But you don't want to lead with your worst picture. Create a realistic expectation.
That's not to say, women, we all know the tricks out there.
Sure.
And some of it is a little bit of a bait and switch, because just to get to baseline, women need a little bit of help.
Sure.
And later on, you might have to explain what that bait and switch is. I'm talking things that happen under the garments.
Okay.
Like very padded bras.
Oh,
Some
okay.
people want the real deal, but other
so
women don't have that. So what are they going to do? You get caught in a bind.
Sure. Okay. I personally am not bothered by a woman enhancing things a little bit.
Problem is later in the bedroom.
Well,
That's when things change. That's why there's a dimmer switch.
Yeah, we all need a dimmer switch.
Men, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
If you don't give us the college picture and you're like...
That's insane. Gray hair, when you had like jet black hair in the pictures, like 50 to 60 pounds heavier. I understand why they think, oh, as soon as they experience my incredible charisma and charm,
they're not going to see it.
They'll overlook the fact that I'm 30 years older and 50 pounds heavier. A little quick advice for you men. If there's only one photo, and she's like ridiculously good looking, and she's reaching out to you, and she's 30 years younger than you, and the writing is a little off, so you're being catfished, so just move on.
And women, I'm going to say this too. If the guy looks incredible and it sounds too good to be true,
probably is
probably
who you are,
is.
and except that whoever you are is going to attract the appropriate person who's going to find you interesting.
Right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The actual person writing that note is a hairy, fat guy in the Ukraine.
Oh, come on, Charlie, you're that hot. You probably have hundreds of those Victoria's Secret models reaching out.
I think you do. No.